Hi, I'm Andy, and today I want to let you in on an amazing solar industry secret. Did you know that conventional solar panels waste anywhere between 85 and 95% of the energy that they receive from the sun? That's right, they're highly inefficient. Now, back in 2012, MIT came up with something that actually filled the 85% inefficiency gap, reducing energy waste almost entirely. Now, it was proven to work and should have revolutionized the solar energy industry, making solar electricity available for each and every one of us, dropping the price per kilowatt by up to 10 times, making the cells 100% efficient for the same base surface. Now, this amazing MIT design that I'm about to show you has literally been covered up for almost 7 years for unknown reasons. And this same design has helped me cut my overpriced power bills and literally changed my life. Now, it's called the backyard revolution, virtually an endless self-sustained power source that will work even if it's cloudy. And it makes a huge difference in the amount I now pay for electricity. So it's basically a 4-foot high lightweight solar power plant that can be placed anywhere. So it's extremely versatile and portable. Now it can cut your power bill, power up a cabin, stand as a backup generator or as a generator for camping, fishing, and even emergency situations. Basically, if you want to take it with you, you just put it in the trunk and off you go. No more gasoline, no smoke, noise, no hassles from a traditional generator. It's light, it's cheap, and it's easy to build. Okay, this is simply amazing. Okay, over 9,000 homeowners across the US alone are enjoying the benefits that come with this cool 4-foot device. And the best thing is, you can have your own backyard revolution system set up and running by the end of the day. Okay, so you too will be able to shave more than half on those ever lingering power bills. So whether you hook it up to the grid, power up a shed, or it could be a cabin like I do, this thing will literally save you cash just by lying around, okay? Like it's lying there. Now, because you'll learn the exact secret on how to set up solar panels so that they'll deliver up to 10 times the output of a traditional system, taking up just 5% of the space for just a fraction of the costs. So stick with me for the next 5 minutes, okay? And my friend Zach will let you in on all the hushed up details behind this money-saving 3D marvel, how it all started, and how getting shot during a blackout robbery drove him to improve these amazing designs and make them work, getting as much electricity as he wanted with just 4 square feet of solar panels in his own backyard.
My name is Zach Bennett. I am a 42-year-old carpenter from Orlando, happily married for 14 years, raising our beautiful daughter named Julie. And this is my story. A story about a dreadful October night that almost cost me and my family our lives. I woke up in cold sweat. My wife was crushing my hand in fear, staring in the dark. The power was out, pitch black. I couldn't see anything. It took me a couple of seconds to make any sense of it. Then I briefly glanced outside the window and realized the power was out in the entire neighborhood, and a shiver went down my spine. I could hear someone walking in the hallway. My first thought was, it has to be our daughter, Julie. But these footsteps didn't sound like a 2-year-old's. The oak floor only squeaked when I walked on it, so whoever it was, it had to be bigger. Then it hit me. Someone was in our house. We were being robbed. I reached for the headrest and grabbed my gun. I could hear him walking towards Julie's room. I slowly opened the door and saw him standing over Julie's bed. His gun shined in the moonlight 5 inches from my daughter's head. I felt my blood rushing through my veins like a raging bull. I couldn't think straight. I was ready to die to protect my daughter. Then I only heard a bang and saw a flash of light. He fired the first shot. It felt cold, metallic even, but at the same time lucky, because he didn't shoot her. He shot me. And then it all went dark. The last thing I remember was his stench brushing up on me as he ran away. I woke up crying after 2 weeks in a coma, and thank God my family was there. They were both safe and unharmed, praying for me to wake up. I can honestly say I'd never been so thankful and happy in my life. Being able to hug them and tell them how much I love them, being alive. My doctor told me it was a miracle I recovered after all the blood I lost. I was clinically dead when they brought me to the ER. My wife never said anything, but I knew it. It was my fault. I felt it in the back of my head that this might happen, a gut feeling ever since Julie was born. Be prepared, Zach, be prepared. And I'd done nothing. I thought it couldn't happen to me, not in our neighborhood. It's the stuff I'd expect to see in movies, not in my own house. I'd put myself and my family in danger because I thought the system, the grid, and the government would be there to protect me. I'd never experienced power blackouts or home invasions. But fortunately, there is a silver lining to this story, because little did I know, this shocking and painful event that left me near dead led to the discovery of a lifetime. My life-changing story happened 2 years ago. And it's a story that changed not only our lives, but also that of 9,243 hardworking Americans, all previously exposed to the unreliability of our government's disaster response time and the ever-aging and ever-failing power grid. That's over 4,000 families that are now safe, living a better life with a lot more money in their pockets, saving their hard-earned cash each and every day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. Good people like Robert from Cleveland, who writes, Zach, your presentation saved my life. I can't believe how easy this is. I've shown it to all my friends and they were blown away. Thank you for sharing this. And Christian from San Diego, who says, I saved $292 in the first 3 months alone, and it's all thanks to you. I still can't get over how simple following the plan you shared in your presentation really was. It was life-changing. My monthly bills haven't been over $53 in months. I have my life back, and it's all because of you. And Ryan of New Orleans, who says, after watching your presentation and seeing the science you presented, I was mad. I couldn't believe I've been lied to for so many years, when the secret of saving all that money had been sitting in front of me. But I will say this, the anger turned to pure joy as I started getting those light bills in the mail. Who could be angry about that? Now, before we go any further, let this sink in. I got robbed, yes, but I'm not the only one getting robbed. You're getting robbed too, for $975 a year. Just not at gunpoint. But you might as well be, because that's how much you could be saving in your first year alone on your power bills. Because that exact number is what our beloved government and big energy monopolists will rip you off for in 2019. How are they doing it? Actually, that's the easy part. Myths and legends. All that the media is raving about are the mind-blowing extreme price tags and the unreliability of alternative power sources. And that, my friend, is a big fat lie, conceived by the greedy executives to keep us trapped, filling their dirty pockets with our blood, sweat, and tears, each and every month. But not anymore, because it's time you learn the truth. Solar energy is not expensive. Done the right way, you'll have it up and running for mere pennies, never at the 20,000 price tags you hear about on TV, and you can see the savings piling up overnight. You might be going all the way up to 65% off your power bill from the very first month. So stick with me for the next few minutes and you'll find out everything you need to know about this MIT marvel, why it's been kept under the rug for the past 7 years, how I found out about it, and how you can use too, keeping that hard-earned cash in your pocket. Just talking about it still is a hair-raising experience for me, because I will never forget that feeling waking up from the coma, happiness and relief mixed with mad anger. I was angry at the thief that broke into our home, more angry at the power grid for being unreliable, and most of all, I was angry at myself for being unprepared. An all-out blackout is like a purge night for criminals looming in the dark. And during those nights, sometimes the light is more powerful than the gun. I have my scar to prove just that. This never would have happened if I had my lights on. A simple porch light could have kept that criminal away. One single light bulb could have made the difference between life and death that night. So even though I was still shaken up, the very next day I started searching frenetically for the best way to have just that. My lights on at any time, no matter what brought the already crippled grid to its knees. My first thought was doing it the old-fashioned way. But traditional backup generators are loud, unreliable, and need gas to run. They're more likely to attract criminals with their buzz like a call for ghouls in the night than to chase them away. It had to be something silent, something that doesn't need to be refilled every hour, something that would work around the clock. There had to be a way to have the power on at all times, and every question I was asking in my wild search led to one single answer: solar.